Good morning. I wanted to talk today about doing something for our skin when we have overindulged a little bit over the holidays. And the holidays have just begun. I don't know about you, but we still have office parties to go to, personal parties to go to, shopping to do, and eating will happen. So after Thanksgiving, I woke up and my body was sore and my skin looked horrible, and I put together a little bit something that I want to share with you. If you want to see how to hit a reset button on your skin, on your body, and maybe even your mind as we're just starting the holiday season, keep on watching. I'm the Hooded Lid, and welcome to my channel. The most important thing, I believe, for me anyway, is really one of the cheapest. It can be free, in fact, if you're brave enough. Water. I try to drink a half a gallon a day, and I have been failing miserably. I've had this for like 4 days. Clearly, I'm not doing my job. And honestly, the day after Thanksgiving, today's Sunday, so on Friday and Saturday, I did try to drink a lot of water, and I couldn't even get half a gallon out of this. So I'm going to take a break for a little water, and you should too. I just want to talk about water for a little bit more. I know we've all heard it. We've all heard eat correctly, get sleep, get exercise, get water, and they're all true. But water for me, I notice such a big difference in my skin when I'm drinking a lot of water. In the summertime, when it gets really, really hot and I don't have air conditioning, I really chug a lot of water and my skin looks pretty nice for it. In the wintertime, you're not as hot, so you don't feel like you're as thirsty. I don't know, I think everybody's a little bit different. I just know for me, I need to drink a lot of water. It is good for the inside, it's good for your head, it's good for your skin, and it's nearly free. It can be free. Drink a lot of water. I don't think anything else will work here as well without drinking the water. Getting to sleep, absolutely, you know that, I'm not going to lecture that. Exercising, yes, but it's hard during the holidays to get that hour or 2 hours at the gym a couple of times a week, or even a long walk. Sometimes we're really, really limited. I find when that happens, my shoulders get so tense, my neck gets tense, my body just doesn't feel good, but I don't have the time to do anything, or it gets dark too early, so I can't take my dog for a really long walk. I love a stretch. 10 minutes of a good stretch. Get some spinal twists in there, get some leg stuff in there, get some upper back stuff in there, forward bends, backward bends. You don't have to do a whole yoga session, but if you can manage a solid 15 minutes every day for stretching, I think it'll make a world of difference. Now, let's talk about the skin. My skin, the day after Thanksgiving, which this is not, although I shot this the day after Thanksgiving, and I shot it the following day, and this is the 4th day. I've shot this 4 times. And I had issues with light, I had issues with work that was being done at my neighbor's house, I just had issues. But when I first wake up, I usually feel quite swollen, like I need a little bit of help. And I'm going to show you 3 ways to kind of help that out, to help drain your lymphatic area. This way is not made for draining your lymphatic area, but you can use it. This is the New Face, and it's the most expensive option. These balls are cool, so it'll feel nice immediately. And instead of doing the regular program, which is this, 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 the whole thing, just kind of work it from the inside to the outside, starting at the top. And then everything down the neck. It's a great tool. It's expensive, but if you have it, you could do this for 5-10 minutes. If you don't have that, I've got a slightly more approachable tool, JADE roller. Now, I've never really got a system going with the JADE roller. I never Googled it to see if there's a real program, but I'm going to assume same kind of thing. Start in the center and work out. I have used these a couple of times, and I've used them primarily on my eyes, and I'll spend a lot of time on it. And I find that you don't need to refrigerate these. They're cool anyway. They're natural conductors of coolness, of anything. After you use it for 5 or 10 minutes, it will start to pick up the heat of your skin, and that's when I will turn it over and go to the small one and kind of work this area until this loses that heat, and then go back in. So this is a lovely idea if you don't have the new face. If all you have at the ready are your fingers, no problem. All you need is something with slip, and I'm going to show you a very quick lymphatic drain. For me, I'm going to use the CeraVe because it's pretty gentle, and I prefer it over oil, but you could use oil. You could use aloe vera gel, as long as there's not alcohol in it. But I need to wash my face anyway, and this is, you know, something to do in the morning, although you could absolutely do this at night as well. I'm just going to spread it around, and I'm going to show you a very short routine. You can repeat. I'm going to do a series of 1, and you could repeat it 3 times, or 4 times, 10 times. It depends on how much time you have and how much you need it. I'm going to hit each area between 5 and 6 times, and you'll see what I mean in a moment. When you're doing lymphatic, use the most gentle touch, more gentle than you think would be beneficial. And start in the center and move out. In the center and move out. You can do 1 finger, you can do 2 fingers, you could do 4, or, you know, not 4, probably 3. If I do 3, I'll do it like this. And I'm hardly touching. And I'm already feeling drain. You will feel it at the back of your throat like postnasal drip as you start to move things around. Now, I've moved everything to the side here, and now I want to move this down. Now to the eyes. You could do eyes this way, so you're getting, oh, I don't have anything on my lids. So you're getting both your lids and your under eyes at the same time. So you could go something like this, or you can spend time first on the lids and then moving over. And you don't have to go as slow as I was showing you. It's nice, but if you're in a hurry, you can go faster. Just make sure it's a light touch and yet in contact for the full range. I find when you're trying to go really light, you miss this area on the inner, and you don't want to. And going out about to here, and under the eyes. And here I'm kind of flattening my fingers so I'm covering more area. And that's about 10. And again, bringing everything down. Over the cheekbones. So I feel my cheekbones right here. And under the cheekbones. So I feel that bone right here. And down. And think about going down here, because that's about where I pushed it to, but also towards the edges of your face. So move it around a little bit. Above the lip. And down. Same thing. Moving from here, where I kind of went out to here, and the chin. And down. Now, I felt it more up here, like I had more going on up here. I'm just going to hit it again. And the last couple of weeks, I've been really sore here, and it's occurred to me that I might have some drainage issue on that side of my face. So I'm just going to spend a little more time here. And then clear all these up and get them through. Now from here, I don't know exactly where they are. I think they're like here and here and here. But you can feel it just kind of Move around a little bit and be aware of what you're feeling, and you will find the right area. So you don't want to just drain your face. You need to, I'm feeling really like my lymph nodes are quite swollen. So I'm going to spend some time here. Put on some more for some slip. I find the access is better with the opposite arm. And just as gentle. Now a lot of people do this, if that's comfortable for you. So the opposite hands on each side. And again, just keep a light hand and go a little bit further. So I'm going over my shirt. Because eventually you want to move all of this to your armpits, which is the major area where everything can drain out from. Very gentle touch. I feel it more effective over here than in the center. So I'm going to ignore my swollen lymph nodes. Hitting the lymph nodes doesn't necessarily mean you're doing what needs to be done. I can feel this is more effective right here. So just be aware. Close your eyes and really listen to what you're feeling, how things that might be loosening up and down. And now I'm just going to do my chest. And try to move around to the armpit. And sides of the neck. Again, better. I haven't put anything on this. So it will skip. You won't get any of the slip you need. But I just suddenly felt like I wanted to do this. And the reason you want the slip is it allows you to have contact with the skin, but not too much contact with the skin. Okay, this is dried on my face now. I am going to wash my face. Because I'm feeling a little flaky from the acid I used the other day, I'm going to use my muslin cloth, and I will be back in a minute. I'm back. I took the muslin cloth to my face and rinsed off all the cleanser, and before everything gets too dry, I want to put my vitamin C on. Because if the skin's bone dry, it's not going to absorb the serum. All right, I don't know about you, but I'm semi-keto, and if you want to hear something about that, let me know and I'll give you a little video on what I'm doing, what I've done, and how it makes me feel. But being semi-keto, the holidays are kind of a killer, even if you're not eating sweets, because you're getting so many carbs. And I've decided I'm going to have corn souffle. I'm going to have stuffing. I'm going to have root vegetables because it happens once a year and I don't care. And I had some sweets and I had some wine. That's a lot to hit on me in particular because I'm not used to that much. I'm not on keto 100%. I do indulge like once a week, but to have that much indulgent in one day, I think it wreaks havoc on my body, on my brain, and my skin. So I feel like I'm probably feeling it more than your average person who might be used to drinking wine and eating carbs and having sugar. One of the places I really notice it is around my eyes. So I take a couple of ice cubes, and these I just took out of the freezer, so it's going to take a while for them to kind of get through the paper towels, but I will hold this up to my hood for as long as I can stand it. If I've had these out for 5 or 10 minutes and they've already kind of, the coldness has gone through the paper towels, I can't hold it for more than 10 seconds. I have a low tolerance for this kind of behavior. Oh, now it's coming through. But I think it's very useful. And I hold as long as I can, and then I start doing little short movements. If you tolerate this better, you could do a little more. Never put ice cubes directly on your skin. Always have something between you and the ice cubes. And always start on the inside, going out. And sometimes I lay them just right over the lids, if my eyes are dry especially, because that moisture will get into your eyes, and it's quite nice. And my ice cubes are rounded, so I'm just kind of rocking them back and forth. Okay, that's about all I can stand. I'm just going to sit here with my eyes closed for a moment. All right. The next thing I want to do is a sheet mask. Now, if you are dehydrated, if that's what is ailing you, go in with something very hydrating. I actually have a favorite, and it is what I would do right now, but in the other videos that I tried to shoot of this, I used them all. But I do have other masks. So this mask is by Neogen. It's a knit mask. It is messy, but it's very moisturizing. And since I'm experiencing both dehydration and dryness, I'm going to do this one. If you know your mask and you find that your mask does not actually fully cover your eyes, it's a good place to put on eye patches and then put your mask on over that. This is such a weird, messy thing. I might edit this because it's going to take me a while to unfold it, but this mask goes all the way down to your neck. Be very careful. You know, when you're buying masks from Asia, be careful about the ingredients. I used something last night that was sea buckthorn, and I thought, well, sea buckthorn is really good. But the ingredients were listed in another language, and I had to just figure it out. I won't do that again. The next time I buy something from Asia, I will look up each ingredient and get a conversion, because it turned out there was a lot of fragrance in it, and I believe there was alcohol in it, and I don't want either of that sitting on my face for 20 minutes. So here we go. This is quite heavy. The fabric is quite heavy, and it has a lot of stuff on it. Now see how it doesn't cover my eyes? An eye patch wouldn't be a bad idea, but I'm going to pull this up a little bit more. And then I'm going to hold around my nose and my cheek before I settle down on the side, because I find on my face this stuff just doesn't hang on to that area. It pulls taut over it like a tent, and I want the goodies to get there. Then the chin or the lower face. Now this is, because the fabric's so heavy, this kind of falls. If you have something that's too heavy and it won't stay on top of your lip, just cut it with a pair of scissors. You don't have to cut it off. If you just cut it in half, it won't be as heavy. And it will stay. Okay, so just lining everything up and making sure everything is adhered. Now, see if this keeps on pulling down. I want my eye to get some of that goodness, and my cheeks and around the nose. All right, Now, me personally, I think I'm slightly claustrophobic because I don't love wearing sheet masks. I know they can be very beneficial. I understand that, and I own a lot, and I do use them. But I use them, I kind of trick myself. I put them on, I draw my bath. I get in my bath, just getting in my mouth, because I usually don't talk when this is on, and the mouth is quite short. If I had scissors, I would cut the mouth a little longer. But I get in the bath, I shave my legs, I take pumice to my feet and give myself a nice, pedicure practically. And I spend some time in there, maybe 10 minutes. And then I get out of the bath and take it off. Because for me, putting this on and sitting around for 10 minutes, I can't do it. I can't put on my glasses and go online and watch videos. Or I certainly can't do any dusting or washing of dishes. I can't dry my hair. You really kind of have to either be in the bathtub, which I recommend because the heat from the tub, I believe, will help everything sink in more, or be still. Another thing you can do right here, which I recommend, is a little quiet on the floor. So you scoot your butt up to the floor, like here's the floor, and here's your butt. Swing your legs up, put them against air. Don't engage them, but make sure they don't fall apart. And sit there for 10 minutes. Just let the blood kind of flow from the legs to the torso and the heart. It's a very nice kind of half dead man's pose. In fact, if you know dead man's, kind of engage that. So think about the top of your head, the back of your head, the back of your neck. The back of your head is touching the floor, and feel the weight of the floor push against it. You're relaxing into it. You're melting into the floor. The area of your neck that is not touching the floor, feel right above that dead space and right below it, and how that area is melting into the floor, almost like the floor is lifting up to support you. Work your thoughts to the sides of your shoulders and your arms. You can spend a lot of time on your arms. Wow, I already took a shower and even my arms are flaky. Whoa. Down your spine, your shoulder blades, your outer shoulders, and all the way down to your buttocks, to the coccyx, to the two bones, I can't remember what they're called, and just do your little dead man's pose. After maybe 5 or 10 minutes of that, push away from the wall, your legs are straight to the ground, lift up one knee and do a very gentle twist. You're not being aggressive, you're just rolling into it, and with each breath, measured but not stressed breath, a very natural breath, relax a little bit more. No goals, just feel what's going on. Go back to the center, rest for just a moment for equilibrium, and do it again on the other side. This is such a great way to change the blood flow for a little bit. And your blood enriches everything, it'll help your brain, it'll help your skin, it'll help everything. And if you drink some more water, that'll be helpful too for your blood moving around. So I'm going to do that, and I will be back in about 10 minutes because I think that's about all I can stand with this on, and then we'll continue. It's a good time to have a little more water. Oh, but I can't because this mask is all over my face. All right, setting that aside, so I will have it in a minute. And that is pretty much it, you guys. I just did the half dead man's pose, and then I did the very lovely spinal twist, and I feel so much better. There's a lot of product on this particular mask, and there is on the Dr. JART mask that I love. So now I'm just going to rub this into the skin, and you could certainly use the lymphatic technique because there's a lot of slip here to rub that in. You can wash off your mask if you want to, but I don't think I do. If I were going about my day, I would just rub this in, and when it gets there, go on with my regular moisturizer and then my liquid gold, and then I just see how everything felt from there, if I would need a final moisturizer or not, and then on with my sunscreen and on with my day. So there you go. I hope this was helpful for you. This is great for your skin. If you do that stretch, it's great for your body and it's great for your mind. It's a great way to just reset. All told, this might be 20 minutes, so worth it. 20 minutes to yourself. It's not just the peace of being yourself, but it's giving back to your skin that might be a little upset with you for not getting enough sleep, and not getting enough exercising, drinking too much, eating too many sweets. Your face doesn't like that. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me. I hope you found that helpful. I hope you joined it with me. I hope you actually come back and watch this over and over again while you're doing it yourself. I know the first time you just want to see what's up. Come back and watch it again and do it with me. I feel so much alert and at the same time relaxed right now. I'm delighted. I hope you come back again, and in the meantime, I'm wishing you a fantastic day.